Welcome to Hilary Emmanuel Ministries, where faith meets power, purity and prosperity, and breakthroughs are born. At Diadem, we equip you with bold prayers, life-transforming teachings, and spiritual strategies to overcome every challenge life throws your way. Join us as we dive into God's Word, experience His presence like never before, and walk in His purpose for our lives. If you're in London, we invite you to fellowship with us in person at Diadem, 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. Don't forget to subscribe now and let's grow in faith together.
Brethren, today is a day of very violent warfare, and I will encourage you to fight for your life, fight for your progress. There are too many mysteries around us that we do not know, that we do not see, except the Lord opens our eyes, except the Lord reveals them. Even the greatest prophets with the sharpest gift and all those things, there are so many things you will not see. There are so many mysteries around that you cannot catch everything. And these mysteries, these secrets, these things around us could cause serious problems, could keep somebody in one position for so long, can cause serious frustration. And that's why today, brethren, we are dealing with what I call killing the mysterious personality, blocking your ways. Someone prayed a prayer, and as he prayed that prayer, he was crying to God that he wants to move forward, that he wants to make progress in life. And as he prayed that prayer so seriously, he had a revelation, he had a dream. And in that dream, he was going on the way. And he now saw this personality. And the personality stood on the road. And the personality blocked the road. The description of the personality, it says like a giant, but not just ordinary giant. The size, the height of the personality, and as huge as the personality now bent into two. So the head is at the feet, and the middle is at the top. And the middle is the giant up, but the head talking to him is at the feet. And he could not pass through. This personality blocked the road that he could not pass through. That type of creature, that type of power, that type of resistance, brethren, is not a thing you joke with. It's not just an ordinary power. Those kind of power, they are angelic beings. And they are not just ordinary angels. They are fallen angels. And mostly, sometimes they come to a community. They come to a family. They come to an environment, to a nation, to a town, through sorcery, through occultism, through witchcraft, through people who fellowship with Satan and make heavy sacrifices to bring down strong power that will help them to dominate others. They are the one that invite such powers, such personalities. And if one has been brought down into your community, brethren, you must kill that one. You must wipe that one, but otherwise, it will not allow anybody to move through that road. Nobody will be able to move forward. Nobody will be able to make any progress. It doesn't matter whether you are a child of God or not. In fact, children of God are the number one enemy. They are the ones He wants to block first. And children of God will be there, will be crying and be frustrated, not knowing what is going on. The Lord will be showing you dream and moving you to look at where I'm taking you to. Look at what I want to do in your life. But to get there becomes impossible because there is a personality blocking the road. Zechariah chapter 3. Zechariah chapter 3. Look at verse 1. And he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord. Now, this is a high priest himself. If you like, you say the pastor, the bishop, the GO, anything you want to call. The high priest, the highest spiritual person in the land. So the high priest standing before the Lord. And that's where the high priest should be standing, before the Lord. And then something happened. And Satan standing at his right hand, not to resist him. To resist him. Nobody knows how long Satan has been standing there. Nobody, I told you, the kind of power that resists people moving forward, they are angelic being cadres. They are not just ordinary powers. They are not demons. They are not unclean spirits and evil spirits. And no, they are terrible fallen angels. So you can see this on the high priest of the country. Satan himself stood there to resist him. And do you know that he has been going, standing before the Lord day and night for years to years, not knowing that Satan is also standing and blocking him. And the Lord did not say anything. And the Lord did not show him. He did not see any dream. He did not see any revelation. There was nothing to tell him that, look, Satan is blocking you. Nothing. Verse 2. And the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuked thee, O Satan. Even the Lord that has chosen Jerusalem rebuked thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? So until the prophet Zechariah stepped in, before the Lord now began to operate and begin to deliver the high priest by the voice of the prophet, before the Lord began now to rebuke Satan. Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garment. That's one thing. Sometimes whatever such power may give them the strength and power to operate is sin. Sin. You see, Joshua was clothed with filthy garment and stood before the angel. You see, the angel of the Lord was there. He was standing before the Lord and all those things. Yet they couldn't, nothing changed. Nothing changed. We must understand how these things work, brethren. We must understand how these things work. Otherwise, we just get frustrated for nothing. You can see, he was standing before the Lord, doing the work of God, doing what he was supposed to do. The angel of God was with him. So you can say it's a very lively church, a good church. Because the presence of God was there, the angel of God were ministering to them, and yet Satan was there resisting them. Satan was there blocking their right hand side. Answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garment from him. And that's where it all starts from. That thing that attracts the powers, you have to remove it. Sin. He said, remove the dirty garment from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused thy iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment. So the issue of sin, we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that. Verse 5. And I said, so they set a firmament upon his head, and clothed him with a garment, and the angel of the Lord stood by. And the angel of the Lord protested unto Joshua, saying, so that was when now the angel of God started to give him message. Thus said the Lord of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge. You see now, he was supposed to be walking in a particular way. And that way now, he couldn't walk because Satan has blocked that way. All this while he has been standing still in one position. He couldn't walk in the ways of God. He couldn't go in the direction God wanted him to go because Satan blocked him. Stood at his right hand side, blocked and resisted him. So it's not telling him now that all those things have been removed, Satan has been removed. He is not you say, I want you to walk in my ways. And if you keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my court. And I will give thee place to walk among these that stand by. Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant the branch. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the engraving thereof. Said, you can see all this message couldn't come to him. All these great messages the angel now started giving him, Satan was blocking all of them. Satan didn't allow the angel to do his work. Satan didn't allow God to speak to him. Satan didn't allow him to move forward, to move in the ways of God. Satan blocked everything. This is, brethren, what we want to deal with here tonight. Some of us, it's messages from the Lord that Satan is blocking. That these powers we are talking about, they are blocking. You pray for your eyes, you pray for your dream life, you pray for everything, and yet they still block you. You can't see anything. You can't remember anything. Why are they resisting all these things? Why are they blocking them? Look at Numbers 22. I told you that the powers that operate in this level, the powers that are able to block ways, to stand on the ways, and make people of God not to move forward, to turn the people of God backward, they are not ordinary powers. They are in the level and the rank of angelic beings. Look at verse 21. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the prince of Moab. Balaam wanted to travel. Balaam wanted to go from point A to point B. Balaam wanted to go and accomplish a mission. He had an agenda. So he wanted to travel. Just like we also desire to travel, we desire to move forward, we desire to make progress, we desire to go from one point to another point. So Balaam had the means of transportation. He had his ass with him, so he saddled his ass to travel with it. Verse 22. And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way. Do you see what I'm saying now? The powers that block road like that, they are angelic beings. But this one is angel of the Lord now. But look at what the angel of God has done to. He said, the angel of stood for an adversary against him. So the angel of the Lord now has turned to enemy. He's operating now as an enemy, as an adversary, and he blocked the road. He blocked the way. Listen carefully to me, brethren. Where this kind of beings is working against anybody, working against any family, working against any town, any village, any community, any nation, every direction they turn to, the angel will stand there. That personality will block the road. If they put hand in anything, in marriage, in finance, in business, in career, anywhere they put hand, that angel will block, that power will block it. Look at what he did. So he says he stood there as an adversary against him. Now, he was riding upon his ass. He didn't see anything. And you know, the kind of capabilities that Balaam had, no prophet of these days have such. Even in his time, prophets of God, they didn't have such. Somebody that will stand and his eyes open and will be seeing the trance of God and hearing the words of the Almighty. So, with that kind of capability, yet he did not see this adversary. Did not see this power. So he was still riding upon his ass, thinking that he's going on a way, thinking that he's going on a journey. And his two servants were with him. Verse 23. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord. It was the ass that saw it, standing in the way, blocking the way. Not as a friend now. The Bible says as an adversary, as an enemy, blocking his way, blocking his way. Why would the angel of God block his way? So that he does not get to where he's going. So that the journey will not be successful. So the angel of the Lord blocking his way, and a sword drawn in his hand. The angel had a sword. So obviously the angel came out to fight. The powers we are talking about, brethren, they can kill. And the ass turned aside out of the way. Do you see now? Because of that power, that angel standing on the way, he forced the journey. Diverted the journey. This is what happens. Sometimes our destinies will see danger and they will divert. The way we're supposed to go, the journey we're supposed to go, the route we're supposed to follow, things that we're supposed to do, you see that the destiny will be dodging all those dangers. So the ass saw the angel turn out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. Because if you don't see and you don't know, you will begin to behave in the flesh. And that's how we behave. Because we don't see what is going on. We don't see the power blocking our ways. We don't see the kind of being, mysterious beings, strange creatures standing on our path, blocking our ways, drawn with weapons, ready to slaughter us. And suddenly things are not working straight the way we expect it. It will turn to the left, turn to the forest, turn to the field, turn to all kinds of places in a way to survive. And then we become angry. Angry against God, angry against everything we do. So you can see Balaam now manifesting all those things. So Balaam smote the ass to turn into the way. Verse 21. But the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyard. You can see everywhere he turned to, the angel will block it. He turned to the field, he will block it. He turned to the vineyard, he will block it. This is the kind of power we must dismantle. This is the kind of power that we have to deal with. Whether you have seen anything or not, just pray the prayers. A wall being on this side and a wall on that side. Now the angel has pushed them now to a tight corner. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. And he smote her again. You can see what is going on here. creatures, beings, personalities, blocking the way. Verse 26. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place. So let me see where you're going to pass now. Stood in a narrow place. Remember, he had a sword in his hand. Where was no way to turn either to the right and to the left. Do you see how lives come to a standstill? Do you see how destinies come to a standstill? Do you see the root cause of delays? Do you see the root cause of stagnancy? The person will struggle and struggle and struggle. The vehicle of destiny will break down, stop. The ego of destiny, everything that's supposed to be carrying you, will stop moving. Verse 27. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. We will direct our anger against the wrong person. We direct our anger against the wrong person, not knowing the kind of power standing and blocking our ways. The prayers tonight is a prayer that will open doors, that will open the ways, that will clear whatsoever be the adversary that has been occupying our ways, not allowing us to move forward. And I told you that it's not going to be ordinary prayer, because the power we are dealing with is not ordinary power. It's not like when you are dealing with demons and you say, I bind you in the name of Jesus. No, this is not demons. These are real fallen angels. Some of them are deities, idols. So it's a very serious warfare. Zechariah chapter 1. Zechariah chapter 1. Look at verse 12. Then the angel of the Lord answered and said, O Lord of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the cities of Judah, against which thou hast had indignation these 70 years? The angel of God started to pray now for Jerusalem. They started interceding for Jerusalem. They started crying unto God to have mercy on Jerusalem. That place we read earlier about Joshua the high priest, those are part of the events, because God has already settled them. They should go back home. Their sin has been dealt with, and so on. But this power, this Satan that was standing on the right hand of their priest, blocked them. To the point, angels of God started now to cry for help. Angels of God started to intercede for Jerusalem and plead to God. He said, how long will you not help them? Will you not hear their cry? Verse 13. And the Lord answered the angel that talked with him with good words and comfortable words. The question I was asking is, assuming the angel didn't even cry, what would have happened? God would have kept quiet. And people will have been there, languishing, waiting to move forward in life, waiting to make progress in life. But Satan had blocked them, not allowing them to move forward. Assuming there was no angel to cry, and nobody, no pastor to pray, no brethren to pray, no church to pray, that's how it will have ended. Those powers don't go away on their own. And sometimes God doesn't even tell them to go away. If nobody does anything, it got to a point, because the church was not praying. Joshua the high priest, they didn't know about the prayer the way we know it today. Maybe they would just come to the temple and sacrifice animal and do incense like this and go home. That's all. So angel had to take over the job of man and started to intercede and cry to God, say, will you not help these people? They have suffered enough these 70 years. And you can see, immediately that those angels cried. Look at what the Bible says. The Bible says God answered immediately with good, with comfortable words. Which means it was in the heart of God to do it. He's just looking for somebody to cry. Just looking for somebody to cry. He answered with comfort. Verse 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry thou, saying. The angel have cried, though, and God has answered the angel back. But it's not enough. Human beings must use their mouth to deal with their case. So the angel now started to give Zechariah the prayer points. He says, Zechariah, pray like this. He said, prophesy, pray like this. Look at the prayer point. He said, cry thou, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. He said, pray that prayer point. And Zechariah prophesied it. Thus said the Lord God of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Judah with a great jealousy. He said, good, that is it. And then verse 15, he said, pray another one like this. And I am very sore displeased with the hidden that at ease. And he prayed that one again. He said, pray another one. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Do you see what the powers do? When God is not happy, just a little with his children, they expand it. They make it worse. So is the angel giving him this prayer point? So, verse 16. He said, therefore, thus said the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercy. He said, prophet, pray that one. He said, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercy, and my house shall be built in it, said the Lord of hosts. And a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. He said, pray that one. Verse 17. He said, cry yet. He said, don't stop. Oh. Continue to pray again. I'm still giving you prayer point. Cry yet, saying, thus said the Lord of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad. He said, pray for prosperity. Brethren, that is exactly what Satan was blocking them from. Somebody that is in captivity, will he prosper? That is exactly why the whole reason why Satan was blocking them. He said, pray that prayer, pray that, prophesy it. And he cried. He said, all this prayer is not ordinary prayer. He said, cry, cry. So he now cried that one. He said, and the Lord shall yet comfort Zion. He said, pray that one also. Cry that one as well. And shall yet choose Jerusalem. Verse 18. So as he was praying and prophesying all these things, the door started to clear. Things started to move. The man that was not seeing anything before started to see. Verse 18. He said, then I lifted up my eyes. Do you see those few prayer points? What it has done now? His eyes now opened. The things covering his eyes now departed. He said, I lifted up my eyes and I saw, and behold, I saw 4 horns. 4 horns. Brethren, I told you that those horns are spiritual beings. So they only appear in form of horns. But those horns, wherever they are operating, that's the end of that place if they didn't see it. If they didn't know how to deal with it, that's the end. Destinies will be born upon destiny, upon generation, and those horns will never allow any of them to manifest. So he now saw 4 horns. All his life he has been a prophet. He has never seen them before. All his life he has been serving God. He has never seen those horns before. Not even in the dream. He now saw those 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, he said, what are these ones? What are these 4 horns I'm seeing? And he answered me, these are the... Do you know the angel was seeing the horns? Do you know the angel didn't tell him, look at horns? Because there is a limit to which spirit realm is allowed to interfere with human activities. They can only make you to do it and see it by yourself. That's why he gave him the right prayer point, gave him the right prayer point, gave him the right prayer point. The moment he professed about 4 or 5 prayer points like that, that's it. The eyes opened. And he saw the whole thing by himself. So the angel now said, that talked with him, said, what are these? And he said to me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah. He said, these are not ordinary horns. He said, all this trouble you people are going through in the whole country, the whole nation of Judah, the whole nation of Israel, the whole Jerusalem as a city, he said, these are the horns responsible. He said, all you're going to Babylon for 70 years, these are the horns that sent you there. These are the horns that sent you to exile for 70 years. Verse 20. And the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. Do you see what the prophecy, all those cry unto the Lord, cry. Do you see what the prayer started to do now? The Lord showed me 4 carpenters. They didn't send 1 carpenter. Are you following me, brethren? There are 4 horns. One will have thought, well, 1 carpenter can do the job. Let's just send only, after all, angelic being is powerful and strong. No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. For each horn, you will need a specialist angel with the right tool and weapon to be able to prevail. Listen carefully to me. When Gabriel came to attend to Daniel, just the prince of Persia alone could block him. Blocked him, he couldn't pass through. One would have thought that, it's Gabriel, he should be able to fight his way through now, isn't it? It doesn't work that way. He had to call for reinforcement. He had to invite Michael to come and help him. And Michael had to come with his own army to be able to fight against one power. So what we are talking about is not a joke. It's a serious matter. And I want you to have this understanding. So you can see, they sent 4 carpenters. Verse 21. Then said I, what are these one coming to do? And he spake, saying, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that, look at the impact of those horns, so that no man, no woman, no child, no matter how they pray, no matter what they do, no matter their glorious destiny, none of them did what? Lift up their head. Nobody. Under those horns, nobody lifted up their heads. Nobody. No matter how talented and how good they are, no matter how much education they acquired, they went to university, gathered degrees, nobody lifted up their head because of those horns. He said, but these four, these carpenters, they have come to free them, to cut off those horns, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horns over the land of Judah, to scatter it. Now, if this prophet Zechariah did not get to this level, if Zechariah did not pray this prayer that day, if the angel did not help Zechariah to pray these prayers, do you know the country will have continued to languish under that power, under those horns? Possibly, maybe to this generation, maybe to this generation. What we are talking about, there are too many mysteries around us. Deep mysteries. Spiritual things that we don't know, we don't see. And they are deciding our lives. They are deciding our destinies. But as many as the Lord reveals to us, you can see just that revelation that Zechariah had with that angel changed everything that day. Suddenly, people in Judah will just discover that, my head, I'm lifting up my head. Oh, what happened? I just started seeing that I can lift up my head, not knowing that it was just that short prayer of that day that the prophet carried out. That was what changed everything. And that's what is going to happen here today. The prayers we are going to pray here today, as the Lord has instructed us, is going to change everything in your life. All the power that have been standing on the way, that have been resisting and blocking the way, not allowing you to move forward, not allow you to lift up your head, the power of God shall come down and free all of them today, and shall cut them off permanently, and you will move forward, and you will break through in the name of Jesus. So let's close our eyes now. Let's deal with the things we need to deal with first, like the case of the Joshua the high priest. Let's begin to tell the Lord and say, my God and my Father, I stand before you today, Lord. I acknowledge all my sins. I confess them, Lord. I describe my sins. I call them by names. And I say, I have sinned, my Father. And I am guilty, Lord. And I am ashamed that I have sinned. And I am deeply sorry. Have mercy upon me, my Father. Have mercy upon me, Lord. Father, forgive me. Pardon me, O Lord God.
Thank you for watching. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to join our growing community of faith. You've just listened to the sermon, but there are powerful prayers that follow. Due to social media rules and guidelines, the prayers have been removed from this video. However, you can access the full prayers and more life-changing resources by visiting www.pastorhillary.org or downloading our app, Diadem Media. If you're in the London area, we'd love to have you fellowship with us in person at 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. If you have any questions about this message, want counseling from Pastor Hillary, or wish to share your testimonies following the prayers, please leave a comment below and someone from our team will get in touch. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and guide you in all your ways. Stay victorious.